welcome to Our Morning Take. My name is Frank Johnson.
And I'm Abraham Lawrence.
And I'm Tim Goetz.
Our goal here is to describe for you the movie that is going on in our head when we read the Bible. Today is Tuesday. It's November the 21st, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Episode number?
222.
Yeah, I can smell the turkey bacon from here, man.
Me too.
Do you have a big dinner for Thanksgiving, Abe?
Oh, yes. It's pretty elaborate.
Do you have people over?
Yes. My daughter and her husband, if they're in town, they would come. My in-laws, of course, they don't need an invitation. They just show up and eat. So, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
White people.
You know how they do.
Yeah, white people.
Yeah.
Those are your in-laws, right?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
What about yourself? What do you do?
You know what? We're going over to my mother-in-law's this year. It's one of the few times we've ever done that.
Really?
She doesn't normally have a Thanksgiving dinner, but she wants to do it this year, so we're going to go over there. Krista and Sean, my middle daughter, I have 5 kids, but the only 2 live locally. And so the 2 that live locally, Krista and Sean, they're going out of town. They're doing
Well, they
something.
normally do that, though,
No,
don't they?
not really. No, normally we try to kind of all get together for Thanksgiving, but they're leaving this time. So we might have Wanda over. I don't know if Wanda's coming or not. That's Krista's mom.
Okay.
And but she's close in our family, so usually she might come. But Jenny and Anthony and Brandy and me. Yeah.
That's cool. And I know Tim, he will be dining at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. What time does Angel get up to start preparing this turkey? Like 3 in the morning? Or what?
Oh, Angel don't prepare no turkey.
Oh, well, there you go. See? What do I know?
Listen, my mom and sister is the one that does all the cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Angel she cleans up.
Uh,
You think I'm joking?
No, I don't. I think
no,
that's
she
absolutely
does.
true.
She's the clean queen.
By the way, does Angel listen to the podcast?
She does not. She doesn't listen to any
We got
podcast.
I know. Well, listen, I'm not taking it offensive or anything,
Yeah.
but like her husband is involved in this. I thought she might at least just give it a whirl and see
my wife
what she
does
thinks.
support what I do.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah, let's
just get back to the story.
Yeah, let's get back to the story.
The story's way more interesting than that. Anyway, so they.
I could have insert more jabs there, but I'll
Thank you.
leave that one alone.
Thank you.
See, I could say stuff
Yeah.
because she's not going to listen anyway.
Yeah, I guess not. It's kind of, but I do know Kelly listens, right?
Yeah, she does. But I do know that there are
Oh
churches
wow, he
that
just went right through that thing. There.
they have churches that have small groups and marriage counseling on Wednesdays and Thursdays. If anyone is in need of that.
That is so true. Listen, no, stop that. We've got more people listening all the time. I'm constantly barraged with people that come up and go, "Hey, man, I'm listening to your podcast. It's really good."
And we're about to have some Hispanic listeners because I was at work today and I was, listening to it. And then the 2 girls were like, "Is that you?" And I'm just like, "Yes." And they were just like, "Wow." And so,
sweet.
So
there's 2 more new listeners.
there
That's
you
what
go.
we like.
Now we need to
We
get
got a whole 6 listeners now.
We do. Up 4 from last week.
Here we go. Climbing them charts.
All the way to number 1,714 in the Gaston County area. Okay, anyway, we're in Genesis 46. There is a lineage here of the grandkids of Jacob, and we just decided we didn't want to read all those names, but it's not a bad read. We're all the way down to verse 20 where we learned that Jacob's 2 kids, Manasseh and Ephraim, they're kind of important because they are literally going to get adopted, and we'll cover this a little bit later when we get to the story, but they sort of grafted in as part of the children, not really grandchildren, but the children of Jacob, and literally they become 2 of the 12 tribes.
Yes.
Because Dan is not mentioned in Revelation. Dan's not mentioned. Did you know that, Tim? Dan is not mentioned. So we have Reuben and Levi and Simeon and Judah and all the rest, and Naphtali and Abshur, whatever they all are.
Yep.
And you come down and Benjamin. But when you come to Joseph, you don't hear Joseph. You hear Manasseh and Ephraim. Well, that's 2 for 1, so somebody gets left out, and Dan gets left out. And we'll have to talk about that someday. That's
Yes.
a message for another whole...
Oh, yeah, because, Dan...
It's like a lost tribe. They went way north of Israel, and they sort of did their own thing, and they sort of got,
Yeah, and then, Judges pretty much tells the story of Dan.
It does. So if we ever get to Judges, we'll figure that out.
Yes.
All right, let's jump on down to verse 21. The sons of Benjamin, Bela and Becher and Ashbel, Gera and Naaman, Eel and Rosh, Muppin and Huppim. I love that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Every time
They
I
must
read
be
that,
twins.
they got to be.
They got to be Muppin and Huppim. and Ard. Oh, my goodness. These are the sons of Rachel who were born to Jacob. There were 14 persons in all. So anyway, and it goes through the sons of Dan. So we get down to verse 28. Oh, let's go to verse 27.
Yes.
And the sons of Joseph who were born to him in Egypt were 2. So all the persons of the house of Jacob who came to Egypt were 70. And that is kind of significant because someone did some. There is another passage in the Bible where this is mentioned, and it's like the Bible contradicts itself. But it literally is off by 3. And you know why it's off by 3?
No, why?
Because Joseph and Manasseh and Ephraim are all already in Egypt. 70 came to Egypt, so there's literally 73 in the family, just so you know. And yeah, it's going to be
That's
mentioned.
a good bit of information.
Yeah, there's this one guy, he's on, these social media platforms. He's like, see, the Bible can't even keep its numbers straight. Well, it's because they didn't come to Egypt. Only 70 went to Egypt. There's 3 more down there. Anyway, interesting little tidbit.
Yes.
So, verse 28, he sent Judah before him to Joseph to point out the way before him to Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. So, you were telling me today about the significance behind Judah going first.
Yeah, well, it's several reasons. This is just what I'm feeling. First of all, he's the spokesperson because he pled for his brother's life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of all of the kids, this whole situation with Joseph got to him more. He had to get away from everything. But
You're speaking about like when he went with Tamar.
yeah,
the
when he
whole
went and
time
did his whole thing because
Yeah.
he felt that it was wrong, but he couldn't say anything
He had
about
to get
it.
away from the family.
Yeah, because he felt it was wrong, and so he became like the spokesperson of the family. But we also know who comes from the line of Judah,
Mm-hmm.
and when they go to battle, ironically against the tribe of Benjamin, when they pray, God says, "And Judah shall go first."
Yeah. And it sort of, even as early as this passage, begins to connect Judah with Benjamin.
Yes.
Like they are 2 tribes that are joined at the hip. And even when they come into the promised land, Judah and Benjamin settle right next to each other. Judah's pretty much in where we would call the modern day Jerusalem. And Benjamin was where Jesus was born in Bethlehem and that area. So that's where Saul came from. And David, both. But at any rate, also, when you were saying this morning to me, I was thinking, well, Judah does end up with the birthright too, because Reuben forfeits his birthright by what he does. Now, I don't think we've discussed that yet.
It comes up. It comes up.
It is yet to be decided.
Yes.
And then Simeon and Levi, Jacob never forgave them for what they did with their sister Dinah and what they did to that whole town. And it wasn't that they tried to do something nice for their sister. It was the fact of how they just overdid it. I mean, that's the furthest thing from an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, and then they try to justify it. So what are we supposed to do?
What are we
Just
supposed to do?
Let them get away with it?
Yeah, so we just kill them all and all their, it's just silly. But anyway, so that being said, even though it's not mentioned right here that Judah has the birthright, I think we're beginning to already see that Judah is the spokesperson for the family. He's the first guy out. He sends him ahead. And so that is kind of important. In verse 29, Joseph prepared his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. Now, the movie in my head, what do you got to do to prepare a chariot to go somewhere? I mean, I remember the Ben-Hur,
This must be some special chariot. Maybe it had
How many
like
seats are in that thing?
20-inch rims, had to get it detailed and everything.
Did they have to clean the McDonald's bags out of there? Man, this thing's a mess. This thing. Yeah, when you read things like that, that always just, that's amazing.
It is.
I don't get it. Like, how did they have to prepare it?
I wash it.
Yeah. Are the
Get it
wheels
cleaned up.
rolling or what? Okay, we're good. Anyway, what verse am I at, Abe? 29?
Yes.
Joseph prepared his chariot. Oh, no, that is 29. All right, so 30. Israel said to Joseph, oh, no, I didn't finish 29, did I?
Finish it.
He prepared his chariot and to meet his father, and as soon as he appeared before him, he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a long time. There's a lot of crying in this family.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But this one was well-deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
How many years has it been?
Oh, my goodness. It's been a very, very long time.
Got to be like about 30 years or something. Yeah, so it's amazing 30 years, he's finally seen his dad, and his dad gets to see. We can do the intro again.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning and welcome.
Remix.
Hit the wrong button.
It's fine. Oh, what is today? Tuesday? Did I even say that earlier?
Yes, you did.
Very good. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes.